Morning. Welcome back. Yeah, probably getting used to this view by now. We're back into it. It's been a few days since we've done the last one. We're actually into barley now. We finished our canola a few days ago, and we've switched over to barley. So it's going alright. Brendan got 45 hectares out yesterday, and there's another 15 in this paddock where we are now. I'm just going to go there. And then we've got another little 25 hectare block across the road, and that's all the barley in. So we're only about that 85 hectares of barley. Tony's away. He was crook yesterday, so he's crook Sunday. What are we up to? Tuesday. So he's crook Sunday, he's crook yesterday. And then he sent a message last night to say he's got COVID, so possibly won't see him for the week. Sort of told him to stay away because I don't want to catch it. I haven't got time to catch it. So I'm thinking they're talking about rain at the end of the week, and because we're only end of April, start of May, I'm going to try and plans got thrown out yesterday. I was going to try and strip another sample of corn, but with Tony not being here, I had to spray, and then I had to go to town, and I got caught up in town at a meeting. So that was a bit of a balls up, which is no one's fault. It's just plain this can make a plan with good intentions, and then things can go out the window first thing in the morning. So which did happen. So by the time I was come and sprayed a bit for Brendan and then left, and then he caught up to me. So I came back and sprayed again and sprayed the rest of the paddock. Time I fed the sheep, started the irrigator at home. We started the irrigator on the lucerne on the canola that we've sown, so it still hasn't rained. So I just thought I'll put 25 mil on it. The time I did that, and then I had another meeting in town last night. So time I did that, the day was buggered. So hopefully today we can get a sample of corn stripped. But what I'm thinking is, if the moisture's right, we might just park the air seeder tomorrow or today once we get finished. We've just got a contour bank here. We've got it on a gate. We might just park the air seeder for a day and strip the corn. We'll just get it done. So we do have contract corn to harvest, but there's only two of us here at the moment. So once we do the barley, we're just going to keep rolling on the wheat, we'll just suck and see with the weather. If it rains at the end of the week, there is only sort of 5 or 6 mil forecast at the moment, but that may turn into 25 mil as it gets closer, or we can hope it does. So, but given crop is going in very well, that's one thing. So happy with the way it's going in. It's good, these big paddocks, big long runs. We're getting the hectares out of the machine. It gets a bit frustrating in those little tight, and this, I think I've spoken about, this cart we can't turn on ourselves. We've got a skip row, so you get in irrigation bays, it's a pain in the ass, you waste a lot of time. So anywho, so I've got another 25 hectares of spraying to do here for Brendan, and that'll be all the barley ground sprayed. So I'm double knocking it. I put some Roundup out on it yesterday, and then we'll come back with the gramoxone and trifluorine, which is the orange one, and then we've got another product, Avadex, which we're putting with it as well. So and then that'll be it. So so if we can we'll get finished today in good time, and we might be able to get a bit organised for corn tomorrow if it's gonna go. You'll see what we're going to do in time. So we're just gonna keep it on farm. We don't actually have a home for it as such yet. So I do need to get on the phone and make a couple of phone calls and just see what the job's doing. But anyway, it's weather report. It's tractor's telling me it's 9 degrees. It's probably cooler than that outside. And a little bit of breeze, a little bit of a southerly. But No, it's all happy days here at the moment. Brendan's got that other paddock finished, so just here loading the sprayer. Yeah, just putting some fresh water in it so I can rinse it when we finish. Yeah, so get this 25 hectares done, and hopefully we might go and strip a sample of corn then with a bit of luck. Yeah, just getting close, and yeah, looking more and more at the weather forecast. It looks like it might shower at the end of the week, so it'd be good to get it stripped. Spray, spray, spray. Windows are terribly dirty, so it's not going to be real good for you guys. But yeah, anyway, still got the little tractor on the boom. Yeah, we've got the GPS down the bottom, and then we've got the boom configuration or whatever's going on up the top there. We can make the screen bigger, or we can go back down again, and we can bring that up as full screen. But then obviously, then you can't see what the GPS is doing. So it's a bit small, a bit fiddly when you need to shut, because we haven't got the auto shut off on here. You've got to manually shut the boom sections off, so it is a bit fiddly, a bit frustrating. It's alright when you're in a square paddock, but a paddock like this is a triangle. It's a bit of a pain in the bum, but yeah, anyway, we'll make do with what we got. I'm back at the workshop. I'm going to have a crack at, I haven't fed sheep yet, but I'm going to have a crack at doing this corn, and then I can run that over and get a sample. What I've got here is we've been having trouble with yield monitor in the header. So it's got a paddle here that I'm not too actually sure how that goes. I didn't pull it to bits. I think it must just go like that. That's the new one. What had happened is the old one, with the grain hitting against it, had worn a bit of a scallop in there and taken the top off the bolts. So Tony got to it and he got one out, but we haven't been able to get the second one out. So I went and got a tap here the other day. We're just going to try and run the tap down it, and hopefully we can get the other one out without too much drama. And we've got a couple of new bolts there for it to go back in. So fingers crossed it comes out all right. We've got some tapping compound here just to give it a hand. There is a bit of the old bolt still in there, so I'm not too sure how this is going to play out. We did try and get it out with an easy out. Yeah, but it's not playing the game. I might have to try and have another go with it with the drill, I think. Got a bit more of it out, so hopefully sort of hoping we might have been able to cut it out with the tap, but I don't reckon it's going to work. Well, we'll have a dig here and see how we go. I think, hopefully, we're winning. We can put a bit of Loctite on it as well once we get it in. Once we get the bolt in. But don't know whether this is going to fix the problem. The paddle was worn, but yeah. Oh no! That's not what I wanted to happen. Just busted the tap off. Son of a bitch! Oh dear. Alright, we got it out. It hasn't done the hole much good. But yeah, just broke the bloody end off it, and yeah, I was able to hold my mouth right and hit it with a chisel and a couple of screwdrivers and get a pair of pointy nose pliers on it and get it out, but can't actually drill them because they're harder than drill bits. So anyway, alright, so I'm just going to bang a heap of Loctite on that. It is quite tight when you have one bolted in, so the other one will be sort of there. Hopefully it'll be doing something, but probably there more for decoration. So anyway, we'll get it bolted back up and put back in. So we're on our way. Last time couldn't get the header to go into the rotor and the header to go into low gear, so it was spinning a bit fast, but it was alright for what we did. So I've just adjusted up it's just got a manual, it's got a 3-speed gearbox on the rotor, and it's just got a manual gear lever essentially, on the side of the machine that runs back up, hooked to a cable, and I just had to shorten the cable up either end just to get it to pull a bit more, just to get it to go into low gear. So I think we should be right now with a bit of luck. So I'll still a bit of a headland to left there to do, but I'll jump over once I get in here, jump over 2 or 3 bays, and I'll just do a run down and probably just back. I don't want to strip a heap if I stripped a box full last time. Yeah, just want to get enough for a sample this time, but if I get in the middle, it'll be it's probably a better representation of where the moisture's at. Because we're an 8-row front, I'll just come in 8 rows from the edge of the bay, and I don't know how it's going to match up when we get to the other end, but we might have to run down 1 or 2 or something left over once we come to strip it. But for starters, I'll just jump across the 8 rows, and hopefully it works out alright. What I might do is I might actually get you blokes there. So there we go. So it just pulls the plants down, and it essentially just strips the cob off. The cob's the only cob, and that bit of leaf, and that's the only thing that goes through the machine really. So sort of left with a bit of trash on the ground afterwards. The yield monitor's not working. I don't know what's going on with it. Putting that panel on it. Right. That might really do for what we need to do, but I don't want too much. Looks dry enough and sounds dry enough. So I'm just getting in here without breaking their necks. Sample's pretty good. There's not a lot of broken cobs in here. So we need about that much of the bucket. Channels are pretty good size. Sample's pretty good really. So there's the odd bit of broken, busted cob there, so obviously we don't want that, but probably won't do too much to the header. I think I'll probably leave it alone. So anyway, we'll go for a drive and see what we can find out. Morning, a bit chilly this morning. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a bunker. So what we've got is some panels here. We're going to make got some silage tarp here. It's sort of thicker than your average plastic. So we'll I'll roll it out in a minute. Brendan's not quite here. Tony's still away with COVID. But yeah, and then we've got these panels that we're going to make a ring out of. So there's plenty of them there. So just looking, this is a bit of a dodgy job way to do it, but these aren't proper grain ring panels, but they're going to do what we need them to do. So I've had a look on the internet, and we need a ring about 15 metres in diameter. Then what we're going to do is we've got this, I've pinched this off the neighbours, we've got this silo base. It was obviously had a top on it at some point in time, but it got blown over in I don't know what happened, they collapsed or something. Anyway, so what we're going to do is set the auger up here, essentially into the centre of the ring, and Brendan will be on the bin. He can just come and dump a load of the chaser bin into the cone and then go again, and we'll just leave that auger running, and it can auger into the stack as he's coming back to get another load. Now if the auger stops or runs out of fuel or something, it doesn't matter, it's just going to mean the grain will stop running. I was trying to work out how to do it. We had a couple other bins that you got to have a PDO running, and I just thought if the auger stalls or something like that, then it's just going to back up and create a headache. So yeah, I'll get this tarp rolled out. We do have a truck coming to pick a load of hay up mid-morning. Yeah, I'd reckon sort of 10 o'clock, so it's nearly 8 now. So yeah, we might not get this finished before he turns up, but yeah, so corn harvest is going to start today. So we were 14, I don't know whether I mentioned, we were 14.1%, so that's near enough. We just thought I just want to get it done out of the road. We finished the barley. There's no rush with the wheat. Doesn't look like it's going to rain. So yeah, ground's pretty dry here. Paddocks are getting a bit bare. If we get that paddock stripped, we can then we can probably there'll be a good feed left in there, so we can stick some ewes and lambs out there, and that just means we've got a couple. We'll box them together, whether we mark them first or whether we just worry about them later. We might just box them together now that the lambs are big enough to move, and yeah, it just means we're not feeding as many, and it yeah, frees up these paddocks. So we are probably in, I don't like the term, but we are in sort of drought feeding mode, or what we would do if it was dry. We're not in a drought by any stretch, but dry feeding, so we're daily feeding. Yeah, and it does consume a lot of time, but it's not the first rodeo at it, and we just find that if you can it's easier to keep condition on the stock rather than trying to get condition on them. So that's why we keep so much grain and hay on hand from year to year, so for dry periods. So anyway, so I'll get this rolled out. Well, then Brendan might be there to give me a hand, and we'll sort of get this stood up. We're into it. Got the time lapse going on where Brendan's unloading, so hopefully that works out alright before the battery. I've resurrected the other GoPro, so hopefully it We're still having trouble with the yield monitor. We're currently averaging 110 tonne to the hectare. I don't know, it's sort of funny. It's the instant yield seems to be alright. It's sort of tonnes an hour is not sort of is what we're doing, but yeah, it's sitting around that sort of probably 15 tonne maybe to the hectare. So anyway, we'll just see how it goes. But yeah, no, still trying to excuse me, no, again, no auto steer, so still trying to get a sort of, got to count rows and that sort of stuff, so that's okay. But yeah, it doesn't take much to get out of line. It's pretty simple here because you're just following the sort of middle road. But yeah, up and back for a windfall. Yeah, it fills up pretty quickly when the crop's where it is. So yeah, so we'll just see how it goes with whether it all fits in our little ring we've got there. So a little poor man bunker. So, but yeah, hopefully it'll work out all right. Yeah, it's about, I don't know, 3:30 now, so we won't see how we go. Another couple of hours we'll probably do today anyway, and then yeah, Brendan can't dump a full chaser bin in the little cone thing we've got there. I might explain that, have a look at that when we get back there. So we might put some sides on it in the morning perhaps, so we can just sort of dump and run. Did show you this the other day, but we'll have another look and see. Basically that's the leftover cob after it's come over the back of the machine. So the trick is, from my little understanding, is that you sort of want them as whole as you can get them, and then you're not getting them in the sample with the grain, but still a fair bit of trash here left on the ground. So I'm not too sure what we'll do with this. I'm thinking about getting a mulcher to mulch the rice stubble. So we might, while we've got it, we might do this one as well. Got a box full, so just waiting for Brendan. It's a bit slow what we're doing over there, but yeah, look, there's no super panic, but yeah, good weather. You can see difference with our front, like a lot of different sorts of corn fronts. So ours is, you can still see there's a lot of physical stalk there standing, whereas you can get a chopper front and they've got knives, rotary knives on the bottom of the front, and it'll essentially cut that stalk off, you know, at ground level or a bit above, like 4 or 5 inches above ground level. They take a lot of horsepower to drive, but yeah, this is what the John Deere front it wasn't a chopper front, so it is what it is. But it's look, it seems to be running all right, and there's not losses. I'm pretty happy with the losses. Like, there doesn't seem to be much on the ground. So yeah, I know the front we had an Agco front, and it was an older style front, and we did lose a few cobs and a bit of grain out on the ground. But yeah, look, we've done this much, which is not much. I think we're what are we? We had a chopper block chase bin then, so yeah, we've probably stripped 30 odd tonne already. So anyway, yeah, we'll just chip away at it. We might put, as I said, we might put some hungry boards on that I've got some of those tin panels there. We might split them in half and just put a car, like, I don't know, half a metre right round it, or even on just one side because he can't reach to the middle, but put half a metre on round half of it, and that'd just mean he could dump the whole chaser bin and then keep coming. So anyway, we'll get there. It's working all right. It's gonna build a good stack, I think. So yeah, corn harvest. Getting to the end of the day, so we've done 2 bays. Well, this is the last blow in the second bay. We've just got a drama with the chaser bin, but given it's not going to rain, we're not going to rush. So it's what is it, about 10 to 6. So we'll yeah, Brendan's got a full chaser bin, and I'm just going to strip a probably maybe a full box full, but yeah, whatever. When I get back to the end here. Yeah, so and then we'll have a look. Hopefully there's enough light I can have a look and show you what we're doing and the bit of the stack we've got. But rough estimate, I reckon we've stripped. I reckon we have stripped 6 chaser bin fulls, and I reckon, look, they've been pretty full chaser bin fulls. So I reckon he's got 17 or 18 tonne in, but just to be conservative. Look, we've probably stripped 90 tonne maybe, or thereabouts. So if you said 15 tonne a bin, so yeah, maybe a little bit more. So yielding really well, really happy with it. I'm just bloody yield monitoring this headers. It's giving me an instant yield and sort of tonnes per hour, but it's not giving me a total one, I don't think. So I don't know, not too sure. It's not actually, oh yeah, it is actually, sorry, it's telling me 80 tonnes. So yeah, the phone's gonna ring. So yeah, look, it's not too bad. That was the truckie. We'd sent a load of veg hay. We've had hay advertised for a while, and I was really going to pull it off the internet because we just haven't been getting any bites on it. Bugger me, someone rang up the other day wanting a load. It was just a single load. So yeah, so just he had a B double, but he dropped his A trailer here at home this morning, and he's just on his way back to to pick it up. So which is fine. But yeah, so that's what that was going on about. So just get back here. We'll do another blow along the fence here and see how we go. And get a bit of try and get a box full. Brought the header over to him. It's actually hasn't quite touched the outer ring. This is what you can't see. It hasn't actually quite touched the outer ring yet. So it's about, I reckon, about 90 tons there on the header. So about 90 tons. Knock off time. Oh, you can see it in the camera. So yeah, seems working all right. We'll just need to. We've got some of these panels left. We might just lift them up in the morning and screw them around here, and then Brendan can sort of dump most of the chaser bin in there and come back. So that's his. Yeah, he's just got he can't dump and run sort of thing. So, which is it's fine. It's just slowing the header down, which is not a big deal by any stretch. So, but yeah, we'll just fine tune it. It's a bit of a feel our way as we go. And I've also actually been offered a silo bagger by a bloke. So just see how we go. If it doesn't all fit in here, or we're getting pretty full, we might spear out and grab that. So I'll just touch base with that bloke in the morning about it. Because I do have a couple of bags here in the shed from previous experience. So anyway, thanks again, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Ta-da.